Oh, yeah. Hello, we are here today to share our Zoom on stepping out of your comfort zone and how the only limits that you have are the ones that you put on yourself. So let's start with our disclaimer that this event is brought to you by independent investors and is not sponsored by Plexus Worldwide. At Plexus Worldwide, we want you to know that the results you are about to hear may vary from person to person, and we do not claim to cure, treat, or prevent any disease. So first, we will start out with Ashley.
I am super excited. I love sharing my story because my life has done this complete 180 since I started Plexus 3.5 years ago. I'm like a completely different person. I originally decided to try Plexus strictly for weight loss. I had just had my 4th baby, and I have this obnoxiously backwards body where I lose weight when I'm pregnant and I gain a ton of weight when I'm nursing, which all my friends are like, "Oh, I lose weight nursing." And I'm like, I hate you because I do not. I pack it on like a little chipmunk and fat for the winter. So that's all I was concerned about. I didn't think it was anything more than that. I certainly had no interest in the business because I had done MLMs, and MLMs don't work. They're all a scam, right? So that's what I went into it. Real positive thinking on my part. Because honestly, I wasn't even expecting the products to work. So I was nursing my 4th son at the time. Like I said, my OBGYN, pediatrician, a lactation consultant, pharmacist. I was very thorough. They all approved the Triplex and X Factor for use while breastfeeding. So I was like, awesome. This is going to be great. I lost 25 pounds in the first 6 weeks, which was amazing. That was a miracle for me. I've never lost weight breastfeeding. But what was even crazier is all these health problems that I dealt with my entire life essentially started to go away. I was diagnosed with lupus, an autoimmune disease, when I was 17 years old after years and years of being sick. A year later, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. I used to have severe anxiety. I struggled with depression, bad knees, fatty liver disease, kidney issues. I could go on and on. Like, it would take an entire Zoom call just to list off all the health problems I used to have, honestly. So imagine my surprise when I was thinking, first, these products aren't even going to work, and second, all they are is just, quick weight loss products. And I went into my rheumatologist for a routine checkup, and my lab work came back no sign of disease. And that was crazy. In fact, it was so crazy that he was like, well, you need to come back in 3 months because there's no way that's accurate. We need to track this. Normally, when you have a baby, the hormone shift will send you into a flare-up, and that's what we were expecting. So he said, come back in 3 months. Came back 3 months later, still showed no sign of disease. I was still losing weight. He could tell that I felt better. In fact, you could really see the difference in my face. I used to have a really brown, puffy, just inflamed face. And he just looked at me and said, this doesn't make any sense. Come back in 3 months. Came back again 3 months later, and I still showed no sign of disease. So at that appointment, he said to me, and I wish I could have recorded it because he was just so flabbergasted, and he was honestly speechless. So at that appointment, he told me, keep doing what you're doing. Just come back to me if you need me, and essentially released me from care because my health had done such a dramatic 180 that he didn't feel I needed to come in regularly. And so that really opened up the door for me to start living. I've had my 5th child since then. So I have 5 children now, ages 10 all the way down to 20 months. I have a very crazy, hectic life. My husband has a very demanding job, but I'm no longer that mom that's just struggling on the sofa to survive day to day. Instead of having a series of bad days, kind of bad days, and somewhat better days, it's just good days. My worst day now, like my absolute worst day now, equates to what a good day used to be for me. It's just been so drastic. And yes, the weight loss has been great. I always tell people though, like, honestly, that's like the sprinkle on the frosting of the entire cake. Like, it was what I signed up for. I actually just went today and bought a size 27 jeans. And to put that into perspective, when I started, I was probably somewhere between like a 32, 33. So I've lost quite a bit of weight. I've lost even more inches, which has been nice. But what I've really let go of is all this stuff that was holding me back. I was depressed. I had anxiety. I did not feel good. I didn't feel good about myself. And then just on top of that, having the serious health problems that I had really limited my ability to do much outside of barely take care of my kids and myself. And so I decided that since I've gotten this second chance, because it's been 3 consistent years of no problems with my lab work. The only real checkups I've had have been when I had my 5th baby. You know, I go in. Did you totally lose me? Are we good? I think
Yeah,
we're good.
it froze for a minute and then it came back on. So hopefully it was still recording.
Okay, so we're good. So I'll just start. So anyway, so I competed in this pageant. It was on October 7th. I was actually so honored to win Mrs. Congeniality. That was a really big deal. Won most whimsical costume. I fully intend to compete again next year. But that is something that really, I mean, that's pretty far out of pretty much anyone's comfort zone. I literally was putting myself on stage to be judged. And it was this empowering, amazing experience. I've met some really incredible people. We actually just last night put on our very first fundraiser to benefit type 1 diabetes to send children to Camp Hodiah here in Idaho. We raised $1,600. I mean, these things that all of these amazing charity events that I've been able to be a part of, and that one we not only participated in, we actually were the committee and put it together. So all of these incredible things that I never would have dreamed of a few years ago. A few years ago, I just wanted to not feel like crap. And that was so far out of my realm of like possibility that it wasn't something I even allowed myself to dream about. I had just accepted that my lot in life was to be sick. I prayed and prayed and prayed that my kids would know that I loved them and that I was doing my best and that they would forgive me. Honestly, I felt like I needed their forgiveness because I was not the mom I felt I should be because I physically couldn't. And now I get to do things with my kids. When my kids want to join softball teams and go play softball, I can take them to their games. I don't have to say, you know, I don't think it's going to work out because I don't know if I can commit to taking you. When they want to go run and play at the park, when they want to go for walks, and when they want to go for bike rides, all of these things I can do now because I healed my gut and my body is where it needs to be and my health is where it needs to be. And so I'm going to continue this super fun journey of sharing this business. I can't even begin to tell you too, the business side, when you have 5 kids, it is not exactly fruitful to go to work because daycare for those kids is not cheap. And then you add gas and everything else, I'd be paying to go to work. But because I work from the comfort of my home, I work from my phone, the majority of what I do is on my phone, I bring in more money than I did at my last full-time job. And I don't have to pay for daycare. I don't have a boss to report to. If I need to take a sick day because one of my kids is sick or because we want to go and have a snowball fight, I just do. But it doesn't affect my pay negatively. I actually just earned a trip to Orlando with my husband from Plexus. It was this amazing leaders retreat they put on in October, actually right after the pageant. So it's one of those things that once you decide to step outside of your box and do something that doesn't feel safe and it doesn't feel comfortable, your entire life will change. And that's what Plexus has been for me. And I know that's what it's been for Breanne. It's really just given me the courage to kind of jump off that high dive and into the freezing cold water and see what happens. And amazing things have happened for us. And so the products are amazing. And it's the trifecta. The products are amazing. The people are amazing. And the company and business opportunity is out of this world amazing. Like I said earlier, I have done MLMs before. I've done jewelry and candles and makeup and home care products, and I've done it all because I really wanted something. Working was hard for me, but I wanted to, you know, contribute to our family's income. And I had decided because of those other companies I tried that it didn't work, but Plexus works. My very first month started making significant income, and I've never not made a significant amount. So it's not about getting rich quick. It's not about getting skinny quick, but it is an overall just health and happiness, like they say, the health and happiness company. We have our health. We're much happier. I've been able to ease a lot of stress on my husband, and I don't know where we would be without Plexus. So I'm going to go ahead and turn over to Breanne and let her share her story, and then we'll go from there.
Thank you, Ashley. So I have been doing Plexus now for about 16 months. I started when I was about 5 months pregnant with our second child, and was wanting to basically just have some more energy and sleep better. We have a crazy older child who runs our world. So he's always on the go. So I wanted to be able to keep up with him, but still be able to, be the mom and go to work and come home and not feel like I needed to nap. And so I noticed within my first couple days of being on the Slim and the X Factor and Omegas that I was sleeping better. I was getting like 5-6 hours of deep sleep in one big chunk instead of a couple hours of deep sleep here and there in amongst light sleep. And so that was really big for me. And I was coming home and I wasn't feeling like I was, gotta love technology. So I was coming home from work and not feeling like I had that afternoon crash and that I needed to sleep. And so I continued with it and was noticing, even with the business side, just small, it was helping us pay extra bills here and there, and we had a little bit of extra money, which was great. And I recently just had my lab work done after being on it for just over a year or so, and my cholesterol has gone down, which is huge. Before we got pregnant with our second child, the doctors were wanting to medicate me. My cholesterol was so high, but with the side effects, they were concerned that it could affect us being able to have a second child. And so we opted to wait on the medication and until after we were done having kids and see where my cholesterol was at that point. And so that was really exciting for me this year to see that, the only thing I've changed is adding Plexus into what I do. I haven't really changed how I eat. I need to. But, to see that it's not just about like changing everything drastically, making small changes is, big, but it gets to those root causes, those root issues to get you healthy from the inside out. And so that's kind of been my experience with taking the products. I've also made some great friendships that from stepping outside of my box and having to talk to people and, just getting to know people that I probably wouldn't have gotten to know otherwise from this company. And like Ashley, I've done other MLMs before and not felt like I've had that support from even like my own team. But the support we get, not just from the top of the company down, but our sidelines, our team members, our sponsors. I mean, it's a big thing that we're there for each other, whether it's for Plexus or whether it's just for our personal lives. It's been such a great addition for me to have that support and feel that I have new friends that some of them are like I would consider family and do anything. So, and the business side of it has helped me, like I said, kind of have some extra income so that we can pay some bills and, working on earning those trips. I was working hard for Orlando, but didn't quite get there. But it's one of those things, there's those incentives that they give us to push ourselves to, have to step outside of that box to, work on not only ourselves personally, but professionally. And so the company understands it. And I think that's huge too, being able to have such great leadership at the top that cares about their company. And it's not just about a dollar. It's, how can we help other people and, make them healthy and happy, like Ashley said. And so, the biggest thing for me is I think it's helped me grow and see just like how I can help other people, even if they're not necessarily somebody I know or normally would talk to. It's really pushed me to kind of do these Zoom events and live Facebook videos that I probably normally wouldn't do because something like that makes me super nervous, but I'm getting more comfortable because sharing what has helped us and having people be able to see just what kind of changes they could potentially see in their lives, I think is super beneficial. So for me, it's like I want to be able to have people see just how they could do this too and see great results and get better and feel better and not have to just feel like they're going day to day. So that's a little bit about my experiences. And so I think now we want to kind of share a little bit about the Triplex, which is our main go-to product, as well as our X Factor and our new children's X Factor with multivitamin probiotic combination. We just released in November and have found out that it is now back ordered until December 1st, but we'd still love to share with all of you.
Where do you want to start? Yeah, the Slim. This stuff will change everything. First of all, it tastes too good to be good for you. So there's that. It tastes like you're giving yourself a little. Who doesn't want to start their day off with a little treat, right? And that's how I always feel. I'm like, oh my gosh, this can't actually be good for me. But this will give you sustained natural energy, balanced blood sugars, help with cholesterol. It comes in this really nifty little stick packet, so you just dump it into water. It shakes up really easily, even in cold water. Drink it down, and you're going to feel like a whole new person. And you think, okay, well, I'm not diabetic. I don't need to balance my blood sugars. False. Your blood sugars can go wonky for a number of reasons. They can be high, they can be low, just because of the way our diets are, our lack of sleep, just the way our bodies work. Your blood sugar controls so much more than you thought. Like, I didn't know before Plexus that my blood sugars could have a negative impact on my hormones and vice versa. So I love that about the Slim. And it's been reformulated recently to add in a prebiotic, which is food for the good bacteria in your gut, and that specifically feeds something called Akkermansia. And that's a probiotic. It's a healthy bacteria in your gut that helps increase metabolism. So that's pretty fantastic. I myself lost like another 5 pounds when I first started the new Slim. It really kind of helped me get off my little plateau, and I love the flavor. It's like a watermelon lemonade. It's really, really good. And then I'm going to let Breanne talk about the Probiome Bio Cleanse. But I get really excited whenever the Slim comes out. I just do.
Well, I love the Slim that, depending on how much water you use, can also change the flavor. And I've even mixed it in my plain Greek yogurt and kind of then ate my yogurt that way, so I can kind of get breakfast in the morning too. But helps if I grab the right ones. To go along with our Slim and what we call our Triplex is our ProBio 5, which is our probiotic that has 5 different strains of good probiotics that your body needs. And then our Bio Cleanse, which is a natural cleanse that's super easy on your stomach, that rather than most cleanses that you might think of that have you rushing to the bathroom. That's not what this does. It works in combination with the probiotic for what the probiotic is cleansing or cleaning out of your system, kind of the overgrowth of yeast, candida. The BioCleanse then comes through and kind of washes it out so that it gets out of your system and keeps you healthy and functioning at an optimum level. And so then our next product, if Ashley wants to share, is the X Factor, which we've now also reformulated into an X Factor Plus.
I did not want to unmute me for a second. It's like you talk too much. X Factor Plus, I will admit right now, as much as I love the Slim and Geek over it, the X Factor Plus is my absolute favorite product. I actually think I have, it's right here. It's on the floor. It's my favorite product. wild roller coaster ride. And when I weaned my son, I fully expected it to take to 6 to 8 weeks for it to really taper off. No, he weaned in 3 days. And my body just went into a tailspin. It didn't know what it was doing. My hormones freaked out. It was an actual like full-on hormone crash. So Plexus was doing all these amazing things, but there was a missing puzzle piece. I was having night sweats, mood swings, horrific cystic acne all along my jawline and up here in my T-zone. It was super painful and embarrassing. It was not a fun period of time. So at convention in June, when they announced that they reformulated X Factor and included ingredients not been not good to my body when it comes to babies. So I immediately got my hands on a bottle, and within a few weeks, the acne started clearing up. The night sweats went away. My husband was so glad he didn't have to keep going to the couch. I wasn't as crazy feeling. So it's this amazing multivitamin. All of our vitamins are bioavailable, meaning they're easier to absorb. All of the B vitamins are fully methylated. If you don't know why methylation is a big deal, Google it. Google methylation. I'll even spell it for you. METHYLATION. There's a huge majority of the population that have what's called MTHFR gene mutation. Looks like a bad word. It's really just a bad mutation. And what that means is they cannot absorb not natural, I can't think of the word now, the chemical version of the B vitamins. The synthetic, that's the word. They can't absorb synthetic B vitamins, so folate and all of that. So we have the bioavailable from nature B vitamins, and that is a huge deal. It also has an aloe blend that will help increase the absorption up to 300%. It has polyphenols. It has added minerals. This thing is, I mean, if I could only pick one product, if I was on a budget and I could only pick one product, that's where I would start, just because hormone health is so important for me personally. But I geek out over my X Factor Plus because it's the only multivitamin that I've noticed a difference on. It doesn't give me a stomach ache. And then, like I said, it just, when my hormones crashed this year, it really just put me back on track and I feel like myself again. I love it.
Yes. And so to kind of lead off of that, they had also created an X Factor Kids version so that kids could get the great vitamins that, you know, they needed as well. And we've recently reformulated it so that it now includes probiotics, because there has been studies showing how important it is for kids to also have the prebiotics to have better gut health, which links to the brain and your serotonin and all of that, and studies showing how it can affect temperament. Trust me, seen that with my little one. So with our new X Factor Kids, it's now a multivitamin probiotic chewable with a kind of fruity flavor to it. My kids love it. My 3-year-old loves to come in and ask constantly for the vitamin and wants more than one. And it has 13 essential vitamins. They try to put it with the ones that, you know, they have found most children are deficient in our society nowadays with how foods are manufactured. And then it has 4,000, I believe, probiotics available. And it's, again, the bioavailable forms so that you are absorbing what you need and getting it into your body in the best fashion. And again, these just came out in November was our release date, and they notified us yesterday that the demand for these have been so great. It was more than what they expected, that they have now gone out of stock and will be bringing them back. December 1st is when we expect to have them available to purchase again. But they are wonderful to have two products in one. I was always forgetting to give the two separate products to the kids. And so having it all in one, I just toss them one in the morning as we're going out the door, and I know that they're set for having a good day with the best.
The internet is being really tricky.
Yes. So, but those are some of our favorite go-to products, and we have a few others that are great too. So if you guys have any questions or want to know what else we might have out there that could help you, feel free to get back with one of us, whichever one of us invited you, or send us a message on Facebook, and we would gladly be able to answer any questions that you have, or see what products might be best for you and your family to get you on to that health and happiness cycle that we are on. Do you have any last comments, Ashley?
No, I was just trying to think if there's anything else to add to that. These products are amazing. And just a quick overview. So we touched on the triplex, which is our best selling combination because it does kind of tackle all those main areas of health problems, and the X Factor Plus, the X Factor Kids. We have a second probiotic, Vital Biome, that really helps with anxiety, depression, sadness, stress, and stomach issues. We've got 3 different products in our fat burning line, 2 that help boost metabolism, 1 that blocks carbs and sugars. We have a plant-based omega supplement that's got omegas 3, 6, 5, 9, and 7. We have protein shakes, and am I missing? Oh, and we have Edge, which is a standalone product, or can be taken with Slim, that helps increase energy, focus, and concentration. So,
and we have Ease for the aches and pains, and then the Nerve and the body cream, which helps
in the body
burns and bug bites and scars, and
it's got the activated charcoal. So
yeah.
One last thing to know is that Plexus is really, they only use the highest quality natural ingredients. They are non-GMO. They are vegetarian and vegan as much as they can be, gluten-free. All of our products are gluten-free. They are very big in having just healthy, clean products for people to use to enhance their lives.
And just for $34.95.
Right, for $34.95, you can change your life. So. Yeah. All right. Well, have a good afternoon. Yeah. Thanks for watching. And like she said, if you have questions, you guys can message us.
Thank you.